Hello everybody, just before we get started with the main topic of this video, just a quick update on the elongated cloud found on Mars by the Mars Express orbiter operated by the ESA. I'll include the link to all these pages below. So for those of you that haven't seen it, there's that 1,500 kilometer long or 930 mile long white anomaly. This looks more like volcanic activity to me and not like a typical cloud that we find in this area as I've shown you in the previous video. So I found an article posted to earthsky.org on the 28th of May 2013, in which they feature the eruption of Pavlov volcano, and there's another image that I found of this specific volcano and the long volcanic ash cloud that it left. So long, narrow, elongated feature. So let's have a look at the two side by side. This is the anomaly as photographed by the Mars Express orbiter. This is also a photograph taken by a satellite operated by NASA. I think it might even be the International Space Station. So let's mirror this image so that the two ash clouds are blowing in the same direction. So there you go, we've got this anomaly on Mars, and we have this volcano erupting on Earth. Look at the similarity between the two. Long, narrow ash cloud, and look at the way the ash cloud erupts out of the volcano, very closely matched to that. So could this be a fissure or opening in the surface through which this volcanic ash is erupting, and then the wind on Mars is blowing it in a westerly direction? Was this volcano perhaps triggered naturally to produce this ash cloud, maybe in an effort to have a greenhouse effect on the planet, maybe terraforming it in that way? So let's keep an eye on this eruption over the next couple of months. Hopefully NASA publishes a nice HiRISE photograph so that we can have a close look at that one. So let's start with the main reason for this video: devastating landslide in Xanthe Terra on Mars, and I'm not sure if I've pronounced that correctly, so do forgive me if I've made a mistake with that name. Here's a color image from this HiRISE, courtesy of the HiRISE team. Thanks for this one. Check out this feature running through here. It looks like there was some water or liquid that flowed through this area after this devastating landslide. So let's have a look at the HiRISE page. I'll include the link below. Landslide in Xanthe Terra, and this shows a landslide in one of the mesas on the Terra. So we'll have a look at that in a little bit more detail. The photograph was acquired on the 14th of October 007 at a high res of 25 centimeters per pixel, and we'll look at images are cropped from the JP2 black and white map projected file, and this is a low res showing the landslide, and this is the outline of the mesa. So what could have caused this massive landslide, which is about 1.5 to 2 kilometers long. This is where it's located on Google Mars at 11.73 degrees north, 322.89 degrees east. So you can see from the outline of the HiRISE photograph that this downhill is quite steep. It looks like it could be close to 30-35 degrees, maybe even 40. It's difficult to tell from this angle. If you use the scale indicator bottom left, this is about 4 kilometers, so that there would be about 1.5 to 2 kilometers in length, 500 meters wide approximately. So I wonder what caused this, and over here in this area we'll take a look at in a bit more detail. It shows evidence of potential liquid water flow. So this is it zoomed out, not to scale. Check at this area here. This is like a mound, which looks as if whatever flowed through here carved this concave feature into the geology, leaving this mound. And we'll look at many boulders that roll down the side of the mesa. This is a closer look at the left of this landslide, and these are huge boulders. I'll show you that in more detail in a moment. This is the right hand side, also zoomed out, not to scale. Check this out. As I say, this looks like evidence of liquid flowing through here, and the way that the debris or dust has gathered in this line next to this cliff just makes it look to me as if there was water here once, quite recently as well though. Well, that's what I speculate. So let's have a look at some of the largest boulders that I found, and these are some of the biggest that I've covered in any of my videos. And this one's about 50 meters in length, 20 to 25 meters across. This is the far left hand side of the landslide. This one's more towards the middle bottom. Check out the size of this huge boulder. And what's nice about these is I can actually now show you what natural boulders look like. Nothing like the megaliths with knobs and features on them that I've shown previously. Also, those are a lot smaller than these boulders, and these all have random shapes as well. Check out the size of these. This is about 60 meters across, 50 meters here, and as I say, perfect example of what natural boulders would look like. Check at this, also huge, about 50 to 60 meters across. Utterly devastated this side of the mesa. More of these boulders. And this is the only one that looks more like an artificially made structure perhaps, or object. Also smaller than these big boulders, with some geometry and symmetry, especially in this smaller rectangular piece. It looks almost like a metal plate, and that piece is about 10 meters by 4 meters next to this rectangular object that also looks as if it's been wrecked in this landslide. So all the other boulders and rocks in this area don't look anything like that there, that small rectangular anomaly. And let's have a look at some of the boulders or rocks that have rolled down the side. Here we can see evidence of boulders that rolled down here in the distant past. This has been covered in dust. We'll have a look at some more recent activity. There you can see more of this evidence that there may have been water here. Check that out. This fine residue, like a fine type of mud that dried away, giving this smooth surface. Yeah, too. And here was a huge anomaly that rolled down here. It's almost rectangular in shape, also a bit too small to zoom in on. As I say, these could just be rocks and boulders, because this side of this mesa is quite steep. Check out too, it's as if there was water flowing through the right hand side of the landslide, between the landslide and the cliff. So here are these rocks or boulders that have rolled down the side, and what's really fascinating about these is the directional change. Check it, this one for example comes down straight, makes an abrupt turn and goes that way. This one follows like a snake pattern. These are sort of parallel, and then you get these running across diagonally. This is a combination of boulders that have rolled down here, or rocks, and some tracks that have been left by something unnatural. I'm just speculating here, guys and girls, but check out this here. Something like vehicles, who knows. Also directional change here. This one was rather heavy, made a really deep trench, but I don't see it. It could be that thing there, covered in sand. Can't really make out what that was. That's a really deep trench compared to the others. More directional change. I think my picture is in the way of this area here, but that makes like a, I don't know, 50-60 degree abrupt turn, and then it continues down this way. More parallel lines, so these look more like boulders that have rolled down here, and then this one coming over diagonally, which is unusual again. We also have two that have crossed paths. This one over there, another one rolled down here. If you look at the frequency between the points where it made contact with the surface, we've got long distances there and really short here, so it just shows you how steep the side of this mesa is. Gradually slows down, takes smaller hops, and then comes to a standstill there. Another one that rolled down here. More directional changes there in that arc. So what causes them to change direction? Some so abruptly in angle. There's another one that rolled down here, took a turn. Here too, these look like tracks. I don't know what else to make of these. Boulders that have changed direction. They're rolling down. Rather odd. Another one that rolled down there. Rather small, about 1 meter across. Like most of these are about half a meter to a meter across, very small. These multiple tracks left in the sand. This is very close to the bottom right or left of the landslide. Very steep inclination this. This is more to the north, right up at the north of this HiRISE photograph. But one running along here from east to west, and then one diagonally intersecting that there. So another weird direction. And let's quickly go over to Google Mars and to where this landslide is located. So there's the mesa. Let's see if we can find the name of this terra around here. Okay, I don't want to waste too much time, but here you can see it's Xanthe or Xanthe Terra. I'm not sure how to pronounce that. Let's put on a little more detail and zoom in on this mesa. And there you can see the landslide. It's massive. Let's have a look at the topography. Nice elevated view. And there you can see how steep this side of the mesa is. Even the CTX shows nice detail here. There we go. Alright, so I've reached the end of this video. New subscribers, thanks for joining. Regular subscribers and viewers, thank you for supporting the channel by viewing the videos. And to those who comment and give thumbs up and share, thanks very much. I do appreciate it. I'll see you all in the next video. Bye bye for now.